Now let's talk about Steinhoff, which of course people are familiar with. It's a retailer really, but it is involved with household formation and interior decoration items, and that extends all the way from the kitchen to the bedroom and every other room inside the house. Conforama is the big asset in Europe, but they've added to that by doing infill acquisitions. Here in Africa, they own the original furniture manufacturing businesses, PG Bison. They also own JD Group. They also own a bunch of Stein Build businesses, which are involved with hardware, retail, and that sort of thing. And then remember, they bought Pepkor. So they bought Pepkor out of Brait, and they now have that operation as well. So that puts them into the general retailing, clothing, and related household wares. But they haven't stopped with that. In most recent times, apart from listing in Frankfurt, they also bought this thing called the Mattress Firm for quite a few $1 billion in America, which is a big integrated retailer of mattresses, believe it or not. Market capitalization, 293.4 billion rands. Rands, remember people. Price to earnings ratio of 14.17, beg your pardon. Dividend yield 2.67. But it's had a bit of a transition going into the German market, so it's a little bit tricky to compare its numbers. Huh?
Yeah, correct. But I mean, what you're seeing is some short-term price weakness in the stock. I mean, a 14 multiple for the portfolio of assets that this company holds is starting to look very compelling. I mean, the acquisition trail they've been on, you mentioned Mattress Firm, Poundland. There was also Fantastic Holdings was the recent one in
That's
Australia.
An Australian thing,
yeah. So they're building an almost unrivaled portfolio of these discount retailers.
But it's unrivaled because most people don't want to own those kind of assets.
No, absolutely. But there's margin there, and you're dealing with a huge target market. And what they do very well is they own their value chain. So everything from manufacturing, logistics to retail. So they can really squeeze the margin out of, if you just were on the retail spectrum, it's very thin in that regard.
Someone was telling me the way mattresses, for example, work is that you have a showroom with a couple of nice models in it, and you have a few high-end brand type stuff. But then the one that really sells a lot is your own name brand, which you can basically ship. So you don't have that in the store, but you have that in your warehouse. And when someone orders one, you get it shipped and delivered from there. And there's a whole lot of stuff that Steinhoff owns and understands from its global supply chain that they're going to take to that model and improve the margins, basically.
Yeah, and they've got state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities all around Europe. They really understand their market, understand their process in getting the goods.
And the Mattress Firm deal, what looked expensive relative to where that company, which was listed, had been trading, it's not a big, it's a rare thing that a foreign player is able to get a 10% market share in the US in a single transaction.
Yes.
And they don't mind buying businesses that are beaten down and not looking fantastic, because they believe that with their, and they is really Marcus Just and his management team, they can turn it around.
Correct.
Share chart. So now you have to just be careful. This is an attempt at a 5-year chart. No, it is in fact a satisfactory 5-year chart, because somewhere in the middle there in 2015 they did a code change from SHF to SNH because of the conversion of what was a locally listed entity into a foreign Frankfurt-based company with a secondary listing here in Joburg, and there was a code switch. So now what we have to recognize, I guess, is that you're looking at a sell-off there on the right-hand side. It's true. Having looked like they were going to 100 Rand a share without a breath, we are now down below 70. And why is that really? Do you think it's just market anxiety that the earnings are not going to be strong enough, that the stock was too expensive, too much debt?
Yeah, I think a combination. So they'd spent a lot of money. They were starting to get a little bit expensive, and I think the multiple is now normalizing a bit in that regard. Stock has re-rated, and if you like the story, if you like the discount space that this company operates in, you can view this weakness as an opportunity to get in.
Is there not perhaps the thought that they might be also looking a bit soft because the market anticipates they might be on the verge of another big transaction, for example, making a pitch for ShopRite? That has been rumored widely because of Christo Wiese's involvement in both legs of this company. Yeah,
we chatted about it a while back, and I mean, I think it's a distinct possibility that will happen. 100 billion rand company in ShopRite that they would swallow, and then it would further expand their brand. I see the synergy in that. Yeah, very possible. I mean, a third of your market cap is going to to be quite pricey, no matter how you look at it. That being said, I think it will unlock some value, bring through some synergies.
Because if you own an asset like Pepkor anyway, you're already in general retailing and merchandising. You might as well extend that to food and related items.
Yeah.
Because you've got distribution centers and you've got global fulfillment and you've got talented managers you can move from one to the other.
Sure. The devil might be in the detail there, as it always is with these type of deals.
But all script transaction would basically be you'd have to get some outside party to value both of them.
Correct.
And then say, right, well, that's the combination.
And get one for
and
that.
everybody gets a good deal.
Correct. Yeah, I don't think it would be a cash deal. Yeah.
Okay, hot or not on Steinhoff? Sounds like you are leaning hot because of the valuation.
I think so. I mean,
share price coming down.
Our fair value calculation is in mid-70s. It's below that at the moment. It's trading below 70 at this stage. I don't think the acquisitions are going to be massively dilutive in terms of earnings. So I think, you're in for a bit of a bumpy ride. The ShopRite might get bolted on there, but I like it. Hot for me.
Yeah, good. I'm hot on it for sure because we own